Just imagine that while employees struggled to buy food, their CEO was flying first class. This is Zarttech's salary scandal.
Welcome to Taela HR Podcast, where we unpack stories from the world of work and shine a light on what employers should and shouldn't be doing. I'm your host, Lenn, and today we're diving into a shocking case from the Nigerian tech industry. Zarttech, a company accused of withholding salaries while executives lived lavishly. To help us break this down, I'm joined by Eric, an HR professional with over a decade of experience and a keen eye for labor law compliance. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Lenn. Always a pleasure to be here, even though today's topic is a tough one. Stories like Zarttech's highlight the real human cost of poor HR practices and outright legal violations.
So let's dive in. Imagine working for months without pay while watching your CEO post Instagram stories from first-class flights and luxury hotels. That's exactly what the humans of Zarttech workers experienced.
The numbers are staggering. We're talking about employees being owed anywhere from 400,000 to over 2 million Naira in unpaid wages.
Let me paint a picture of how this unfolded at Zarttech. Early 2025, the company starts suspending contracts, but here's the twist. They still expected employees to show up for work.
That's unacceptable. Salary payment is the #1 obligation of an employer. In Nigeria, the Labor Act requires wages to be paid no later than the end of the month. What HR could have done here was to strongly advise management to prioritize payroll above all else. Globally, HR often ensures a salary escrow or reserve fund is in place before other expenses.
The stories from these employees are heartbreaking. Take Ore. She joined their academy division last December, bright-eyed and hopeful. By July, they put her contract on hold and ghosted her. Now they owe her 400,000 Naira and won't even respond to her emails.
Here, HR should have acted as a truth teller. Global HR practice emphasizes transparent communication in times of crisis. HR could have issued formal memos explaining the situation.
And while these employees couldn't afford basic necessities, what was the CEO doing? Oh, that's where it gets infuriating. He was allegedly flying between The Hague and Nigeria, posting about luxury hotels and fine dining. Meanwhile, his employees were taking out high-interest loans just to buy groceries. Well, they kept dangling these false promises. March became April, became June, always with some new excuse about securing funds or finalizing arrangements.
Broken promises destroy morale. HR could have helped craft realistic communication plans, only announcing dates when funds were secured. Globally, transparency is key.
He worked as a recruiter from 2021 to 2025, got abruptly terminated, and they still owe him 750,000 Naira. When he finally got the CEO on the phone, he told Joshua to stop asking about his wages. Just stop asking about money he'd earned through 4 years of loyal service.
That's beyond unprofessional. It's cruel, and it raises serious questions about corporate governance in Nigeria's tech sector.
The human toll was huge. People borrowing from family, taking high-interest loans, pulling kids from school. One worker had to postpone her wedding because she couldn't afford the basic preparations anymore.
The ripple effects of unpaid wages are devastating. HR and startups must be more than administrative. It must be strategic.
The international angle created this legal gray zone. European employees had more protections and faster legal recourse. I've been talking to former employees who say they'll never work for a startup less than 5 years old again. They just don't trust the system anymore.
That's going to seriously hamper innovation in the region. If talented people won't take risks on new companies, how can the sector grow? So, if I were HR at Zarttech, what 3 things would I have done differently? First, I would have fought to prioritize payroll, even advising the CEO to cut expenses or delay projects. Second, I'd have kept transparent communication with staff, regular updates, even when the news was tough. Third, I'd have set up a fair exit process, ensuring those who left got paid what they were owed promptly.
Powerful advice. Eric, thank you for walking us through not only what went wrong, but also what HR could have done better.
Always a pleasure, Lenn. Employers need to remember, HR isn't just about hiring and firing. It's about safeguarding the people who make the business possible.
And that's it for today's episode of Taela HR Workplace Realities. Zarttech's story is a painful reminder that when companies ignore their duties towards their staff, or when HR fails to stand firm, employees pay the price. If you're an employer, take today's conversation as a guide. Prioritize wages, communicate honestly, and respect the law. If you're an employee, know your rights and don't be afraid to demand accountability. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and join us next time as we continue to explore the real stories shaping work in Africa and beyond.